Bites on moneypuzzle.in. For those of you who don't know us, moneypuzzle.in is an online personal finance content platform catering to the money concerns of the young and restless. We are all living in extremely uncertain times and getting used to living life in a way that we haven't done so far, and it's strange, it's unnerving, it's frustrating sometimes, but we're all doing it, and we know that even beyond this uncertainty, when we are out of this period of infection of the pandemic, we'll go out into the world again, but we will be living our lives differently in many aspects. If you are one of those people who hasn't yet approached your finances in a more organized and systematic manner, you may be finding yourself a little anxious on the whole financial front. As nothing happens, as we sit at home, one starts to worry about what next: jobs, pay cuts, all those things weighing in on us. So, one of the ways to do away with that anxiety, to do away with all that uncertainty that you may be feeling in your financial life, is to actually approach it a bit more systematically and look at something called financial planning. Our guest today on Expert Bites is a lady who figured this out very early in her life and then moved on to making it her profession and helping others also figure out financial planning. Khyati Mashru Vasani, a Mumbai based financial planner and the owner of her venture Plant Rich Consultancy, is joining us on Expert Bites today. Hi, Khyati, and welcome to moneypuzzle.in.
Hi, Lisa. How are you doing?
I'm okay, but as we were talking last time, all that risk talk that we have in financial services, we are actually right in the middle of that risk happening to us.
Correct.
So, one of the things that has come forward in this period of uncertainty is the need for proper financial planning, which can, help individuals in managing money, especially in uncertain times like today.
Correct.
So let me ask you, Khyati, if somebody actually comes to you asking you for a financial plan, what do you do? What is your approach? What is the first thing that you, talk to this individual about?
Okay. So see, whenever somebody approaches us for financial planning, and of late since the lockdown, people have all the more realized the value of financial planning. So people whom we've met in the past and, they have not really done anything about finances, we had a lot of them coming back to us saying that now they want to do it. Right. So first thing is we need to understand like financial planning is not just about investments, of course, but it's right. Like it's a huge canvas. And first thing that I need to understand is where is the client standing right now? Where does he intend to go in life? It's very, very important for us to understand that. After that is done, understanding the income and expenses, understanding how many people are dependent on him, how stable is his job, how stable is the income, plus the overall risk appetite. So it's critical things. The first interaction that we do with clients generally goes on for 1.5 to 2 hours, where we understand his psychology with money, his psychology with life, his expectations from life, everything. Because managing money, more than managing investments, is about managing the emotions linked with money. And whatever decisions a person is making is based on, how as a child he handled money, or how in the family was money.
Right. So basically what
all of that matters.
So it's not just what they're doing with their money, but it's how they feel about money and what they want from the rest of their lives as well, what they want to achieve.
Exactly.
And where the financial overplay comes on that, those desires and sort of goals in life.
Every for success is different. Like for me, I might say 5 crores is enough. You might say, no, I need 50 crores. So for everyone, it's different,
Right,
and financial planning is not just about multiplying your money, or it's not a magic. It's also about knowing where and when to stop.
Right.
I always say financial planning is striking a balance between your present and your future goals.
So how much is enough? Even that is a very important discussion.
So of course, as I said, it depends from person to person. There is no fixed rule. It completely depends on you, what you think is enough. And there are times when clients come to us and say, okay, I need this huge sum of money for XYZ thing. And as a planner, we have to advise them that, it's not just about money. It's also about enjoying the money that you've made so far. So financial
sure.
planning is not just where you keep maximizing money, but it's also about enjoying life.
Right.
So it's also our job to tell them or maybe guide them as to where and when to stop and how much is enough. So financial planning is all of that.
All of that. Okay, so one of the things that is a very simple thing to do, but many of us don't really get around to doing it, which is actually writing down expenses and your life goals even. And I feel a lot of this financial planning can actually begin at that simple stage of writing it down. How important is it when you have dealt with your clients, in your experience, how important is this basic step of just writing down expenses or even your goals?
I would say it's very, very important. And I always say your financial plan is a business plan for your life.
Right.
It's like when you're working for an organization, or even if you're a self-employed or you're a professional, I'm sure you would have thought about expanding your business, expanding your practice, and you would always have those plans in writing, right? Whatever expenses your company is making. Like, have you ever dealt with a corporate who would say, I wouldn't name it, but any corporate, they don't say that, okay, this is our goal and let's work towards it. I'm sure they would have your business plan in writing, like, the vision for all the employees, all of them would be aligned with the company's vision. Financial planning is the same thing. It's a business plan of your own life. It's a business plan of your family. Your family has to be aligned with that vision. So it is very important to writing mein ho, and if you're not writing it down, it's just a dream.
I think visualizing it, when you just write things down, you can actually see, okay, this is eating out, you go out, you have a good time, you come back and you forget about it. But if you've written down that I spent 10,000 rupees on dinner in one night, then it becomes like, okay, I spent that much in one night, in a few hours. Or if your goal is, is a goal which, I don't know, you want to achieve, if you write it down, you can visualize it better, and that helps you achieve it better. In a sense, at least it's no longer something that you're just thinking about. It's out there on paper, out there in the universe, kind of thing.
Of course, it's very, very important. Like, budgeting is very important. Every organization, also large organization, they have large budgets. But they are not going to say that, okay, this is what you've given and you just spend it the way you want. This is a marketing budget, just spend it. It's never like that. Each and every rupee that has been put into the budget is to be accounted for. So it's same when it comes to your family's finances. You have to put your budget and you have to keep a track of it. In order to reach your financial goal and to live a life of your dreams, these are the very initial and a very, very basic steps that one needs to take.
Okay, Khyati, one more thing that I want to ask you in this discussion is around, in financial planning. When we hear the words financial planning, we are immediately thinking investments. We're immediately thinking, okay, we go to the advisor will recommend where to invest. And if somebody is not ready for that, then they sort of back out of it. But I believe it's, about a lot more than just investing, right?
Yeah, true, very true. So, Lisa, investment it's a part of a financial planning. Investment planning is one, yes, it is important and it's a part of it. But other than that, there are many things to financial planning. Like, had someone had a financial planning in place and not even investment in place, the first step that financial planning starts with is having enough emergency funds. Being prepared for uncertainties, the kind of uncertainty that we are in today.
Right now.
Had you had a financial plan, you would have been absolutely fine to face this uncertainty without having much to worry about tomorrow.
And, I think it's also like whether or not you need the emergency fund. It's about anxiety. If you have that cushion, that buffer, you're not anxious about your money and you're not anxious about what the future holds. You're able to through uncertainty in a much more prepared and stable manner.
You'll be a lot more at peace. It's like very simple, like markets are down right now. These are the good times that you have to keep your steps going on, like whatever you plan for retirement or kids' education. But if you have your emergency fund in place, you're not really going to stop all of them and you're not going to miss these good periods of buying. But if you don't have those other things in place, then you'll certainly miss these kind of periods. So financial planning, it's a lot more, and it's more about your life than about your finances. It's about living the life of your choice, and whatever you have dreamt of. It's about more importantly making money, making that money grow, and more importantly living the life. So financial planning helps you to live a life of your choice, is what I always say.
Great. So financial planning, as you guys heard, it helps you live a life of your choice. Kathy, thank you so much, because this is a time when we need more and more people to spread the message of how one can be prepared financially in life at any given point in time. And I think you learned the lesson very early in your life, or you at least realized the benefits of planning early in your life. So, it's great that you could share this with our viewers as well.
Yeah, my only mission is more and more people in the country should know about it and should become financially literate. That's very, very important.
Thanks a lot, Kathy. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Lisa.